What's up? What's up? How's everybody doing out there? Welcome to Local Musicians.
XP.
Hey, look at this guy. We have trained him well.
Tyrone's a good teacher.
Coming off from the around the world trip, and just sharp as a tack, man. Sharp as a tack. Cannot believe it. Podhorser wouldn't have got that. He'd have been sitting.
Oh no, he's a regular. He would have got it. XP.
What's going on, what's going on, guys? On this Tuesday night, we are here for your audio and visual pleasure. As you can see, the Falgoo is back.
Good to be back.
The Falgoo is
Always
back.
Good to get home.
My trusty co-host is on his way in. He is coming off a performance, so he will be here shortly. But
Quickly,
in the meantime, you get all the Falgoo all the time. Look, straight from Louisiana.
No one wants that.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Give yourself some credit. All right.
That's from Ireland, though.
Brad won today. Brad won he got his title back. He lost it last week, man. You weren't here.
Oh.
And he
That's
lost
big
it.
News.
He lost it. I believe John Lamatina beat him. They actually are both 903. So, but Brad's comment showed up first. So
I missed so much.
These two guys, you talk about competition, man. It's a competition, dude. Competition. I love it. Old cats understand competition. You know, competition is a good thing. So, but we are glad for you guys to be here. We are going against another political something or other.
It's a debate night. The Braves are on.
Well, yeah, but people can have the Braves game on and be still listening to us. So no excuse.
I can't argue with that.
No excuses, man.
That's truth right there.
No excuse.
So how was the jam session last night? I missed it.
Well, we'll get to that later there, Brian.
Oh, okay.
We're going to talk. Okay. Yeah, we're going to talk about positive things. We're going to talk about
good.
Like your trip to Ireland, buddy, and to London, and
oh man, it was so good.
How did that go?
Ireland's just a special place, man. I don't know what it is, but the people are so nice and the scenery is just breathtaking everywhere you go. We were just in the southern part of the country.
Right.
And it was fantastic. It's fantastic.
Cool.
The roads are wild, man. So there's very few highways like we have. So you get the occasional interstate-ish thing, like 2 lanes in one direction, 2 lanes in the other, and you're driving on the left. But most of the roads are tiny, like 1 lane that's really 2. And so I found out, people said they'll never widen the roads. They'll never, because they don't have anything like eminent domain. So a state entity can't come and say, we're taking this land and making this road wider.
Oh, wow.
Like,
Okay.
so the land is owned right up to the road by someone. And so you're driving along the road and there's just brush on side of you. Now, a median does not exist.
Interesting.
So
Interesting.
So Mark and I shared the driving, and that was an adventure. But you get used to it surprisingly fast.
Yeah,
and,
but were you
it was
were you driving impaired or were you driving?
no.
All right, because
No.
all I saw.
We saved that until the driving was
all
over.
I saw was pub after pub after pub after. I mean,
there's so many. It's beautiful. It's
I
beautiful. So every night we would go to some pub. We usually look for the ones that had music, and I don't know. The place just seems happy or something. We
Well-
sure felt happy there, but of course we were on vacation.
yeah.
So,
They're
but
putting out
it
a
was
face
it
for
was
the
really
Americans.
good.
They're
It was
putting out a
really
good face
good.
for the Americans. That's good, man. That's good.
Yeah.
And then London.
Love London.
How long were you guys?
3 days. So we were in Ireland for 7 days and London for 3.
Okay.
And we had all been to London before, but the highlight of that was actually going to Richmond, which is outside of London, about an hour on the tube, because Mark, he was when he was touring with Pat
Travers.
Pat Travers. This woman was also on part of that touring group. So they worked together with Pat Travers.
Okay. Nice.
So we got to visit with her. She's got really cool stories. She's good friends with Ray Davies and Paul Simon, and just like a big deal kind of person in the music biz, and told some great stories. And so that was a lot of fun. And Richmond is where they filmed Ted Lasso. So we got to see all that stuff too.
Very cool, man. Well,
it's very good. I'm talking too much.
That's what that's what we wanted to hear all about your experiences, man.
I wanted to go to Ronnie Scott's
not
again,
here. What?
Because Ronnie's last year when Sheila and I were there, I got to go to Ronnie Scott's for their jam session. There he is.
Yeah.
Keep going. You're doing
what they got a session? What night is their session?
Wednesday. So, but we got to London after the week in Ireland on Wednesday, and we were just too exhausted. And I looked at Mark and I said, Ronnie Scott's. And in London, we had a third floor walk up in like an old pub. So we were upstairs above a pub on the third floor, and it was what they call a Victorian staircase. So tiny and steep. So we skipped Ronnie Scott's.
But there was alcohol up there, so you guys made it.
Well, there was a pub right downstairs. Yeah. So.
Oh, I thought you said the pub was upstairs.
No, the pub was downstairs, and the rooms were above the pub.
The room, where you guys were staying.
Yes. Yeah, we were in rooms above a pub.
Okay.
Now it was called the Pub and Rooms. Cleverly.
Was there a lot of noise?
I'm sure.
Actually, double paned windows, and we were on the third floor.
Okay.
So, and we were there on a Friday night, Thursday night and a Friday night, and it was crowded in that pub. And I thought, man, we're never going to get to sleep. But,
Okay.
Pub and room.
Yeah.
Say no more. Podhorser was there with sight unseen.
Pod was there.
No check. No.
We had a great time
check,
with them.
Yeah. Of all the places, he said, "Oh, that sounds good.
That sounds good. Pub and room. Let's go." Yeah. Could have been a hostel. Could have been a hostel with, hostel and hostel and no pub and hostel. And I think you'd probably been there. I think you'd have probably been there. So, all right, my friend. Well, good looking
Good
out.
to be
Man.
back. Good to be
You
back.
worn
Good to
out.
see y'all. And I'm out.
Oh,
He
man.
is, dude. He is fried. And he had to get back to work. I was like, Podors was out last night at the session, the Napoleon session, and you could tell he looked whooped, bro. He's you can see his eye. It's like, and Falgu told me they were at the airport. He's like, and I guess Podors was like, so Napoleon's tonight, and Falgu's like, absolutely not. It said, and no tin roof on Wednesday, and probably not next week, man, because he's got to go to week. Podorzer ain't got nothing to do, so he's back on the grind, man. He's back on.
I sent you and Chris a text of what happens when you're away. When you leave away, this is what happens. People screenshot and stuff and send it to me, bro. This is what happened.
Who said that?
I don't even remember that coming up in that conversation.
Probably Neil. No, I'm just kidding.
He probably said ditties.
That's funny.
There's a couple of ditties that we did.
That's funny. So where was you at, bro? You had a gig?
Yes. Okay.
Kind of. Faculty?
Can I vent? No, it was a gig. But can I vent a little bit?
Oh man. Please.
This is my first time working with millennials that are in charge of things. Have you ever worked with millennials?
Oh God. I feel a clip coming, Falgu. All right. Please go ahead.
This gig that I wasn't even in charge of this gig, right? Young Robert Boone booked the gig, easy gig. Setup is at the goat farm. You know what a goat farm is?
The goat farm
off of Howell Mill Road and in between like 17th and what's the name of that street? It's all King Plow, all that area is around that area, right?
Okay.
So right behind, like down the street from Northside Tavern, all in those condos there, right?
Oh, sure. Okay. Mm-hmm.
So we're in the little courtyard area. We got our marching orders. We know when we're supposed to start. The millennial chick now that's in charge of things. Let's gather around in a circle. Like, we're gonna pray about something? What is this circle for? First of all, we have an amazing artist that was displaced from a volcano. She uses a lot of shapes. I'm like, I don't need to know about that. Tell me what time we need to start. Tell me what time we end. You got a person talking on the microphone? Shows where they're coming. And they're great artists. And if you noticed, our logo is based on geometric shapes like squares and circles. And we're going to be utilizing that all over the area. Am I missing something? And I was like, oh, I can't. Why are we having a meeting about everything you sent us in the email? I don't even know why I'm here. I'm not even a point person. I need to meet you. Hello. Do we need to meet? Do we? I'm just gonna play the piano. How about that? I'm just gonna play. You tell me when to start. 6:15. Okay. So they say we're going.
So what time is it? Let's break. Let's get a time. Let's get a timeline.
This is like 5:25. We supposed to start playing. No, this is at 6 o'clock. We supposed to play at 7, end at 8. More than enough time for me to get home, get a snack.
Plenty of time.
Come do the show.
Right.
No, they gotta people gotta walk past our path to go see DJ Daddy Wi-Fi. That's the guy's name. DJ Daddy Wi-Fi. Everybody's wearing like weird things. A knit dress with brogan shoes, thick eyebrows. Where you from, Romania? What is this? Girl Scout cookies and PBR, Pabst Blue Ribbon. We stopped drinking PBRs a long time ago. What is that? Thin Mints. I don't know. Why do we have to have a circle to talk about everything? And we're not going to say a hard no. We'll just try to see if we can accommodate people. No, sometimes you got to say no. Hey, can I get up there on top of the table? No. That's a hard no. They say, can I get on top of the table? Well, let's think about this. What would be the issue, everyone, with getting on top of the table? I don't want to know what the issue is. Just say don't get on table. No tables. Okay? I want you guys to play like vibey music. What is that?
Uh-oh.
What is vibey music?
Uh-oh.
It's such. If somebody asks you to play that and you play something, that's not what I'm thinking about. I mean, I want something more vibey. Can you tell me what chord is a vibey chord?
Who was so real quick?
Yes.
Was this a trio thing? Who was on
this?
this?
A trio.
Okay.
Robert Boone, myself, and Kelly McCarty. Okay. Easy gig. We sounded great. Whatever. Right. We gave them the vibey music. We got we got great reviews. And
what's vibey? What is that?
I still don't know.
Well, you said you gave it to him, so I'm assuming you.
Bling, bling,
you looked
bling,
you
bling,
looked up.
bling,
Yeah, you looked you Googled. Did you Google it? Vibey music. Let's see.
I should. Hey,
Falco, I'm gonna Google it right now.
Google it, bro. Vibe. What is vibey music? What genre and style is vibey music? Because it's like it's a way of communicating where there's no concrete things.
I see.
Abstract, so they can tell you're wrong later.
I see a vibey songs compilation by various artists on Spotify.
Really?
What? Oh, we'll see. What is vibey music genre? Well, they don't. It says high vibe music is a genre of music that is designed to uplift and inspire. See, so I don't know if that's what they.
What is that even? How do you know what a song's gonna uplift and inspire?
It is. Check it out. It is often characterized by positive, upbeat melodies and lyrics that focus on themes of joy, love, and positivity.
Wow.
It often incorporates elements of other genres such as pop, rock, and electronic music. Wow, that's a diverse group of music. Well, there you go, man. See, this is the problem is that's how they learn what stuff is. I remember
the first time when it was called Earth, Wind, and Fire. Do you remember positive messages? Upbeat.
Yeah, right. That's a specific. That's specific now, though. That's a category. If it's positive. I remember I had a student, young student, man. She must have been 9 or 10, and but sharp as it's just she's one of these wonder kids, man. Knows like a lot about like all kinds of stuff, right? And I was playing this beat. She's like, oh, I like that. That's kind of lo-fi. I was like, lo-fi. Man. I said, what? I said, what is lo-fi? She's like, just like real kind of chill, laid back, just makes you feel, and I go, is that an actual and you go on YouTube and is lo-fi as a style or a category, but a category. So
look at this point right here.
No pain music.
No pain music.
What is that? Is that a new? It's a new, or is that that's a category? No pain.
It's got to be because
we got high pain and no pain.
No pain, no gain.
Oh, that's funny, man. So
new,
how did the gig? But the gig went off.
It was fun. We played. It was great. We explored. We just explored stuff. I mean, you know,
See, but that's vibey, dude.
Yeah.
I was exploring, you know.
People were whipping their cameras out, and I was like, "Wow, okay." So Boom was like, "I hope I get a couple of these videos out of this, man." Oh man,
Man, your stuff it's out there somewhere, but you ain't never gonna find it because they don't even ask who you are or nothing. That stuff just goes.
Here's the ultimate, bro. We were playing Red Clay, and a guy ran up and says, "Dude, is that Tribe Called Quest?"
Right, because they sampled it, right?
Mm-hmm. Right. And so Robert's like, Robert said, actually,
he got specific on him.
Right, he got specific. Actually, it's sampled from Freddie Hubbard's Red Clay. And the guy's like, "Oh, really?" Next thing you know, the guy goes on his phone, looks up. Yeah.
See, Robert is old now.
Yeah, that's what I asked him. I said,
he's old now, man. He's old.
Millennials? And
he Kelly flipped quick.
He's like, we're right in between millennials. He's like, we still know what a rotary phone was.
Mm-hmm.
And went outside and played.
Now. He's old, man. You remember when a certain new dude is in town and he's taking lessons from Boone. He's showing up at all the jam sessions recently. And Boone's like, you need to go talk to him. See, he's getting old. He's old, man.
Getting old.
Oh, he's old now, man.
I was like, man, you talk to him. You old now.
You need to go talk to him, man. That's one of the best ones I ever. You need to go talk to him. Like, well, you know, you got to do all these things to make a living in the music business, man. And
when do we get to the point where like we're at like Neil Starkey, which we just ignore things, bro? Are we close to that? Are you close to that? I think you are. You kind of are, bro.
Ignore? I don't know about ignore. I wish I could ignore.
Stuff, bro.
Huh?
You rather sit on the couch, chop up some stuff while you watch TV.
I will be at QT working.
Right.
Before
you're like, I'm about to clean out my emails rather than go do a gig with this cat. Oh man.
Them days over, bro. I mean what they call a hard stop. That's a hard stop. That's a hard stop, man. Hard stop. I guess, I think it hits different people at different times. I guess depending on maybe where I don't know. I hear the same, but I talk to cats. We have friends all over the place, man, all over the country. That high level cats doing and they got the same stories that we do.
Yeah, is this the end of live music? Like, is this really getting close to the end?
Well, we're gonna talk a little bit about a clip that we saw with Jermaine Dupri, the great R&B producer.
Yeah.
See, when cats, I mean, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
It's everywhere, and I don't think anybody who comes out of I don't know if you're in the age group of 40 and up, you're probably feeling the same thing. I think some cats, man, they just kind of, I don't know how they do it, but they keep their head down and they just kind of like, it is what it is. I guess, I don't know.
I feel like music is assembled more at the crib than it is at a place where you're rehearsing. Like, when you get together as a collective and then you figure out some things.
Oh, those days are over. figure out. You mean like search and make mistakes and have to have no? Oh, that's over.
So what does that mean, though? I mean, what does that mean for the
Bro,
art form?
just honestly, I ain't worried about it because by the time they figure that out, I'll be long gone, man. Because
what about dancing and music? Is dancing gone? What is that?
it's not gone, but it's like I mean, I played a reception a couple of weeks ago, and it was okay. We have a jazz quartet here, and then we have a DJ playing the complete opposite.
Okay.
It's like make a decision because if you got young people there, they don't want to hear what we're doing, and I don't blame them. I wouldn't want to hear it either. But there's you know what I'm saying? It's like, why would you have? And then it's like, oh, you guys are gonna play a set, then the DJ. It's like that kills. It's like
once the DJ goes,
we have no chance. We have no chance. And it was so. It was like it was so crazy because it switched. We switched off like maybe 2 or 3 times, and at the last time, we're all like, man, we can't go back. There's no way. They look at. They got people all over the dance floor. But if they paid for us, so they gonna get that. They're gonna get their money's worth. But it's like, and it's different if you say, okay, you guys are gonna play the first part, then the DJ take over. Right. Which is what I like. I prefer. That's what I prefer.
That's what I like too. Let us play
because we do the low key, people just mingling, talking, yada yada yada. But then when you get ready to pump it up, unless you got like unless you have a show band or a more of a dance band there, but that's not what. Just let the kids. That's what they want, man. So let's do the first part where everything is chill and low key, and we'll do our thing. Play straight 90 minutes, whatever. It makes sense, and then let the DJ take over, man.
And I've been hired for stuff for solo piano. And they want me to funk it up and jazz it up and play it.
Right. Like, are you contracted for tracks? If you contracted for that's different.
It's different. It's weird out here, bro. It's weird out here.
Look, man. I mean, we've talked about so much. It's like, hey, I'm just kind of like, trying to do what I can do to feed my family, and which is a lot. I'm doing a lot of stuff, but yeah, I don't know. In 10 years, it's gonna be interesting.
There's people out here. I'm not going to call them names out. People out here are starting to share what they do on gigs and how you're supposed to do things. And I'm like, you don't know what you're doing.
And it's not a bad thing, but the problem is that they broadcast it. But we were fortunate.
Right. Well, okay, I'll give you an example. A mentor of mine, Greg, what's Greg's last name? Wow, I guess he wasn't that good of a mentor. I can't remember his last name. Greg Dawson. Greg Dawson from New Orleans, bro. He came to UNO, got me out there and said, gonna do some gigs. At that time, somebody hit me up, said, hey man, I got 5 nights out the week in the French Quarter. He pulled me on the side, he's like, don't do it. I said, what? He said, it's a trap. He said, you get down and play in the French Quarter. He's like, you play 5-6 hour sets, bro, hours a night. And you only get paid like $20 per set, whatever. And he's like, and you're hoping for overtime. He said, meanwhile, you're not having a rehearsal. So a person who's been playing the song wrong for 20 years is going to teach you the song wrong. Everybody's playing the same songs. He's like, And then you're gonna
That's
be
funny
exposed.
right there.
Yeah, he said you're gonna be exposed to tourists coming in. Everybody's gonna. It's a lifestyle. You never get out of there. You're gonna sound weaker and weaker with your playing. You're gonna leave your keyboard there because you can't go back and forth in the French Quarter. So you leave your keyboard. You're playing there 5 nights out the week. And he was exactly right. It was a trap, bro. It was like you go down there and you're gonna learn from somebody else who doesn't know how to play and learn all the wrong tunes. I mean, how could you? You don't have time to practice. You just got to pick it up.
Learning the wrong stuff from the
wrong stuff.
I mean, I quickly look when I first started trying to play straight ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I couldn't get on no gigs with no hitters. So,
right.
You know what I mean? So
right.
I'm like, I'm getting it how I can get it.
Right.
Fortunate that there was a couple of people that knew what they were doing, but most of the people didn't. But I was getting reps in terms of at least I was learning some tunes and I was hearing certain things. But luckily, there was no social media around and I wasn't broadcasting, my sorriness, right? Which is kind of like, it's like when you broadcasting your sorriness, it's like, why are you? I mean,
that's a good phrase. Broadcasting your sorriness.
Yeah, I mean, do teams want you to do? I mean, they have practice every week for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're not going to be putting out what they can't do, or what sense does that make? But man, the not to get off on that, but the bar is so incredibly low at this point that the average person doesn't really know and doesn't really and honestly doesn't really care. So they're getting away with it, But anyway,
you can't even select a slice of pizza that you want in Costco.
Sam's actually.
Sam's. I'm sorry, Sam's.
That's a different conversation. Yes, but hey, man.
Okay.
We are going to try to keep it short tonight, guys. We know there's a lot going on, and we're just trying to get the Falgoo back in the saddle. We call this Return of the Falgoo. People are asking, what's a foul gout? What's a foul gout? What's a man?
Foul gout.
That's the way I thought. I'm like, I can't believe I didn't get that, dude. You know me with the but that throws you off if you don't know how to pronounce.
Yeah.
But I should have known. Cat from Louisiana should have known it was Falcon. Anyway,
wait till you see the word Natchitoches and see if you could Natchitoches Paris, see if you would see that. And say
y'all got some words, bro. Y'all got them.
That's the Indian thing. Natchitoches.
I remember the first time I saw the Boudreaux and the with the X.
Yeah.
I said, what? X is S. What?
When my brother first came to town, he met Doug Pontier. He said, "Hey, Doug Pontier." Pontier? Pontier? He said, "No, Pontier." He said, "Sure looks like Pontier to me."
Oh man. So we apologize because there's been a couple of legends who have passed recently, and we didn't get a chance to pay homage to one of them, the late great Frankie Beverly. Passed a couple of weeks ago, and man, I mean, just so incredible, man. And so he had, and really, I mean, he had his own thing. It was funky, but it wasn't aggressive. It wasn't loud. There was like a real formula I follow uh his drummer Calvin Napper, who you probably he did a lot of gospel stuff, and but just one of my favorite drummers. Would love to get him on the show. Maybe we'll get him on the show and talk to him about some stuff. But he was like, man, he said that it was all about space.
Yeah.
And how to fill in the cracks. Everybody's in a slot, which is a seriously lost art.
Seriously.
Man, look, me and our brother Chris Blackwell, we talk about this all the time, man. Blackwell, who is a 40 but he's old too. Him, he's old he's been raised by older guys, and the stuff that he likes falls into that 70s, 80s kind of vibe. And it's like, we talk about that all the time. It's like, man, everything it fits, the stuff that we like, everybody has a role.
Yeah.
And it's not
look how
busy.
many people's in that band right there. And everybody got to fit in the spot. You know what I'm saying? You find your part.
For those that don't understand what we're talking about, is you're basically creating, it's almost like basket weaving. If you know what basket weaving is, which I hope you do, it's the same thing with how a lot of times how music is supposed to work. I mean, some music, there are things that are on top of each other, right? And that works.
Yeah,
like in rock music or certain types of music, it's supposed to have a heavier kind of feel. But when you're talking about Frankie Beverly and Maze, or Earth, Wind and Fire, or some of the really great
players.
Well, that's it's a little harder, but they had some stuff like Sweet Sticky. Yeah, they had their version of that also. But the stuff, it's like everybody, and
Commodores.
even funk music, funk at its highest level, James Brown. It's like it's everything is in a certain slot, so it's not just all on top of each other, which is what we kind of have now. So, but I recently, of course, went back and checked out a lot of. There's a tune called California Girl that I've been really checking out a lot. That just the groove. I mean, everything is just, it's almost like he's like, how they call like yacht rock, they call it smooth, like smooth rock or whatever. His stuff is like smooth. It's like it's a lot of those components are there with Frankie Beverly's music. It's that
if you think about it,
approach.
I believe he was mentored by Marvin Gaye. He wrote that song "Silky Silky Soul Singer," and so you could immediately get that Marvin Gaye knew how those parts fit in, and his voice was like silky, kind of like that kind of thing, over groove kind of elements.
Low key, right. Definitely more low key kind of, really, just really incredible stuff, man.
Singable riffs, the riffs, like those kind of things, iconic phrases. Bass lines, doom, 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 doom. Who comes up with that phrase? Doom, 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 doom. Right.
And you hear those songs, Joy and Pain. But you hear stuff like Golden Time of Day, or
Golden Time of Day. Oh my God.
Yeah, it just, man, it just takes you on a journey, takes you on a journey, and it's almost I want to say the impetus, but it has smooth, even like you could hear how smooth jazz was influenced by Frankie Beverly.
Right.
You hear a
nice
lot of
chords and stuff, but you hear, of course, shining. Can't you see I'm shining? Whoa, like what? Very simplistic, very melodic, riff, right? Chords are nice. What about those grooves?
Happy, right.
Muted guitar kind of picking thing. It's like everybody had their place in the music, right?
And I heard he was tough, boy. That's what I heard. And
if your song is that iconic, you can't really change it, right? Everybody's gonna start singing your song.
Yeah.
Like you spoke about a DJ, right? The drummer used to be the DJ. You can't play no fills on no dance thing.
Right.
Could you? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. People dancing to you.
They get them in there now. I don't know how, but it's them jokers. Boy, I heard a version of a Shaka tune the other day, man. I was in disbelief, man.
Phil?
Because bro, it was a drum solo over Sweet, whatever the tune. I can't remember if it was Sweet Thing or something like that. I was like, wow, man. Wow. These cats just don't care. But anyway.
Ain't Nobody? Maybe it was Ain't Nobody.
It was something a little it was something.
It was slower than
that. It was something a little smoother than that. I think it was Sweet Thing, man.
Wow.
But hey, we're gonna talk about this clip, this Jermaine Dupri clip in a minute. But just wanted to give Frankie Beverly, man, his flowers, and innovator, and a timeless, left some timeless music, man. If you're not hip to Frankie Beverly and Maze, definitely want to go check them out and hear what they were about. So, and then also the passing today. This is, man, absolute.
John Amos? Yeah. I thought it was John Amos.
Oh, I'm sorry. Who's that, John?
Because you think of James from
Good Times.
James Evans.
Felt good. Why didn't you catch that? No, I'm just kidding.
James
That was completely me. I got it.
James.
And that's exactly because you know what was so funny, man, is that I was watching a clip while I was of Good Times while I was watching that.
Oh yeah.
The one I think it was the one where, you remember the one where it's pretty funny where JJ was
there you go.
He had the chick
painting
that was coming in to get to do the painting, man.
Yeah.
And James was trying not to look.
Right. Florida was on him, wasn't she?
She was on him, man.
But he did that laugh.
Man. What's your favorite John Amos role, man? I obviously would take Good Times out of it. What's your favorite?
Well, I wouldn't say this is my favorite, but one of those iconic ones is Kunta Kinte and Roots, where he played the older Kunta Kinte.
Yeah.
But let's see. There's another one where he played Strong Arm Body. I'm trying to think what it was. Yeah, there he is right there. Most iconic one, because for whatever it was, whenever Roots came on, Black families, you had to watch it. It was just like Alex Haley Roots, you're going to watch it. We've seen Roots so many times. So we just watched it
a couple years ago,
and getting his foot chopped off, that was like, that was one of the hardest things for me to see as a kid. What about yourself?
Oh, you know what I'm going to say. McDowell's
Coming to America. That was a good one. Hey, you boys, I want y'all to come to. There it is, right there. Hey guys, you guys.
They got the golden arches.
We got the golden arcs.
We got the golden arcs.
They got sesame seed buns.
Two
Hey,
patties,
you boys from Africa, no
sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
Hey, you guys, I want y'all to come to this party. It's like, oh, we're about to go to a party.
Man.
Put the little valet uniforms on.
Oh man, I was thinking about Eric LaSalle's role in that the other day, man, with Soul Glow, and it just how funny that was. But yeah, man.
All right, what's this one from?
That I don't know.
It's just a regular picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but
wow,
you know,
84
it's like
was he?
I didn't see the age.
Uh-huh.
Got Dikembe Mutombo too, Pass.
Yes. You just jumping the gun, bro.
I'm
I
sorry,
was
bro.
still on Amos, bro.
I'm sorry.
Can we get some segue, man? Get a little segue, bro.
Hey, who else
That's good.
iconic person passed away?
Let's go one at a time.
Oh,
man.
wow. Okay.
Get some,
I never thought about it. Dikembe Mutombo.
who I met.
Oh, John Amos was in Die Hard too, Brad. I forgot about that.
Yep, Die Hard 2. Yep. Which man is? I mean, that
you said you met Dikembe Mutombo?
Met him one time and then saw him. Shanita and I saw him going into a CVS.
We don't have the iconic Hawks jersey on for him.
Ooh, that's cold-blooded.
Rockets?
Hit him with the
no, still the Rockets.
Hit him with the man. We in it. He gonna get us shut down.
I thought Falgood was like all thing Atlanta Braves and stuff.
Give him a break, bro. He just got back from Ireland, man. He's got to get back. Cat couldn't even get into the stream. He couldn't even get into the stream, man. He had to call.
He don't even eat Cajun food anymore, man. He might be eating bangers and mash and stuff, man. Come on.
Yeah, I know this much. He drinking a lot of. They drinking Guinness.
Oh, they was taking pictures with Guinness all the time.
Podhorzer has a Guinness last night. I guess he ordered. He gave me one. It came out of nowhere because Pearl was like, "You want this?" Basically, Guinness is just like coffee. Basically, is what it is.
Guinness.
It's like black. It's like coffee. But I don't ever remember seeing Podhorzer drinking no Guinness until he went to. So now he's you know, he's not from the tribe anymore, bro. He's an Irishman. He's Irish.
I saw an interesting clip with Mutombo I never thought about before. He said, you know, at one time, Jordan had never slammed on him before. And Jordan caught him. And he says, why is he talking about the one time where he caught me? I have blocked him 7 times. Why? Why are you talking about the one time that he slammed on me? I was like, but he was right. Jordan only got it one time throughout the whole career. And that's Michael Jordan, you know. So he was like, he made a living off of defense and wagging the finger. No. It's a popular meme now, you know. No.
Oh.
Built a hospital, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's incredible cat.
He's from the Republic of Congo.
Yes.
Yep.
Now we talk about
Look
with
at this.
The finger wave. Now you
better late than never. Better late than never. Man. You get a pass.
Are you saying fish and chips or are you putting French fries back in there? I'm trying to figure out that.
And then another one we actually didn't put up on a different subject. Pete Rose just passed. Pete Rose is a big part of my childhood, man.
Should he have been inducted in the Hall of Fame before he died, bro?
Yeah, I mean, dude, there's people that have done far worse.
Yes.
You know, he just, you know, he's one of those guys you either love him or you. But the thing for me is like the on a competitive level, there is nobody ever.
That head first slide, bro. That right there. He was a player manager too, right? He was playing and managing
Phillies, yeah.
That's hard to do.
But he was a big part of, you know, because we're, you know, big old school baseball fans. And so the batting the batting champions, the whole, I mean, all of that, man. I mean, he's one of the greatest of all time, man.
Base running, yeah.
IQ. So, super high baseball IQ. Yeah. So yeah, man. I mean, that's, as you get older, it's like these people from your childhood start leaving.
Yeah.
So, but we just wanted to give a little shout out to because all those people were great at what they did, and will be sorely missed. Oh, Chris Christopherson, that's right, that's another one.
Oh, Sailing, Take Me Away, when he died.
Chris Christopherson, great actor. He was in Blade. Remember Blade?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Wow. Yep.
Yep.
That was a groovy little song. That's smooth jazz now too.
But he was great, man.
Yeah.
Star is Born with Streisand, and that, I mean, that was so iconic at the time, man. But he was in a bunch of stuff, and so yeah, all these greats, man.
There he is, iconic beard. Yep. Yeah.
So here's going back to we got a comment about Pete Rose, who we actually forgot to put up there, but yeah, it's Chris Christopherson. Let's see here. Mantle and Whitey Ford named Rose as Charlie Hustle. I didn't know that.
That's pretty good. Mickey Mantle.
Don't get in, man. Look, if you don't want to be sitting somewhere for 3 hours, do not mention Mickey Mantle around John LaMattina, bro. I'm telling you right now.
Okay.
Because you're going to hear every possible thing about the Mick. Everybody kind of has their guy. My dad was Willie Mays, right?
Yeah.
Those guys were larger than life back then, man.
Mr. October, Reggie Jackson.
Yeah, but Reggie pissed a whole lot of people off, man.
That's why my dad liked him.
But his story is incredible, man. A lot is because he's recently come out and has been sharing all of the things that were going on at that time, and really, really incredible, really amazing.
Dude, but I remember meeting Hank Aaron, and he shook my hand, and I didn't realize his hands were so big. Yeah, it was just like, I was like, whoa, and strong. Right. And he was like 80 years old, still strong. I was like, dang.
Remind me to tell you my Hank Aaron story. I can't tell it on. Okay. I mean, I could, but I'll tell it to you later. So all right, well, I think we've covered everything. So there was a clip today that came up that I just thought was interesting. So Jermaine Dupri, the fantastic, legendary R&B producer, came out with he was on, I can't remember which, but it came up on my Instagram. Mm-hmm. And he was talking about, and I'm going to talk to some other people about this, is because we've seen this too, dude, is in, the church, talking about mainly the black church right now, but where is the youth, dude?
Well,
because I don't see nobody.
What did you give him in place of music or whatever else? What have you given him in place of it?
Well, the music is still there, right?
Game controllers, a headset with a microphone, and you can interact and play on video games and interact till 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning.
What that
That's
got to
what
do
else?
with with being in church on Sunday?
Oh, it's not a
You can't.
requirement
You just.
anymore.
Oh, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's not. You could. I'd rather. There's a commercial that the guy's packing his whole family into the car. He said, "Do we have everybody?" He goes, looks in his rearview mirror that goes past everything and sees that his son is just standing up there. Now, son is standing up there with headphones on, listening to music.
Okay. What kind of music is he listening to?
Doesn't matter because here's the thing. Could you go on a family trip with headphones on? Could you sit at a dinner table and not talk to your family? Could you have your dinner in your room? Can you have the TV on while you were eating dinner? We couldn't. It was that time where you talked around the table, you did things and stuff like that. And you had to say, "May I be excused to leave?" And your dad says, "No. You sit right here. You're gonna listen to what we gotta say." Time is going now. You got parents that want to go out there and have a good time. I'm like, you take care of your kids. They got grandmas on TikTok now. Some of these grandmas kind of fine. They on there doing all kind of things. I'm like, can we scratch that from the record? I didn't mean to say that like that, but anyway, I said it. But
All right.
it's
No harm.
it's true. Where's the grandmothers that's taking their kids? They out there going to the clubs and stuff too.
Well, we bring this up because there's always sort of been a direct a direct pipeline from, you know, especially with vocalists, right? Where's most of the iconic, at least black vocalists? I mean,
No,
some white
too.
vocalists too.
Dolly Parton.
Where did they learn how to sing?
Yeah.
No, I'm asking you that. Where?
Oh, you want me to answer before you show the clip?
I do.
Church.
Right.
It was. Let's think about it. It's the only consistent place at least once a week. You're going to have live music. You're going to have participation from people. Not only, it's not like a concert. Everybody's singing in church. You start recognizing who's got a voice right next to you. Oh, wow. Such and so Miss Williams' daughter can really sing. I heard her next to me.
Right.
How many kids who want to play drums are just waiting to stand by the drummer?
That's right.
And learn all stuff. And then one day you turn around as a mentor, as a drummer, say, "Hey man, you ready to play the last tune?" "Yes, sir, I'm ready." It's the pipeline. It's the pipeline that you go and who's got next.
And also think about the steps that they have to take. I mean, first, you just like you said, you hear Miss Williams' daughter, she sounds good. What's the next step from that? Okay, well, you can't sing, but you go sit by the choir.
Right. Go sit
go sit over there, and then maybe you get to come into a rehearsal. You know what there's like this, there's stepping stones to this.
Right.
And then by the time they finally get an opportunity, they're not necessarily ready, but they're getting groomed in the right way and they have to earn that.
Right.
They have to earn it. So anyway, we're sort of just giving this little backdrop here because I saw this clip today. I asked you if you had already seen it. You said you saw it. So we talked a little bit about it. I'm going to go ahead and play it and see what everybody has to say about it. So this is Jermaine Dupri, famous R&B producer at
rap, everything,
hip hop, but was a pivotal the 90s. Man, the cat produced a lot of great music. All right, check it out.
Youth of today do not go to church, and they don't have that church band grooming. Like B. Cox came from the church, right?
Right.
Joe comes from church. Like,
Right.
so when you listen to that soul, that soul that you think is soul, it's an
That's coming from
added,
over there.
it's an added piece of information that if you're gonna make these records, it's hard to beat Jodeci when
Mhm.
you don't have that element.
You don't have
You know what I mean? That's a
you don't have
that's
you don't have that
yeah,
soul. You don't have that
that's
passion.
an
You
element.
don't.
So it's like when people be saying, "Yo, music ain't the way it used to be." Like I just posted my new Anthony Hamilton record is coming
Yeah,
out
Queen,
October 4th. Yeah,
Queen.
Queen, right?
Yeah,
Anthony Hamilton
come
comes from the
from
church.
church. Yeah,
Like, you
yeah,
not gonna get that that's in his voice.
yeah.
You ain't just getting that from being on the internet. That ain't getting ready to happen. Black.
So that clip alone right there,
Yeah.
you ain't gonna get that from the internet,
Yeah.
because it's just like when you talk about the blues and dude, the blues has been exterminated. I mean, it from not only what we do, right?
Right.
But even what they call quote unquote blues now is like a caricature of what, not that not look, things don't have to stay the same all the time. Things evolve, things progress, you know. Um it's not that everything has to stay the same, but you still have to hear you have to hear the roots of the music, right? Inside of uh iconic, styles or whatever you want to call it. You because people are going to take it in their own direction. That's what makes everything that's what makes things great, is that, and some people can take a little bit of this and a little bit of that and a little bit of it, and then they come up with something completely new, you know. But you still respect the art form of whatever it is, and a lot of that, man, is because people don't want to go there, and they don't want to hear it because it's hard. They think it's boring. It's hard. Why I got to play these same three notes? Why I got to play these three notes for you know for 3 years before I can play anything? I mean, if I'm lying, I'm not. Why I got to play the cymbal? Why I got to learn? Why I got to just play this? I got all this other stuff I want to do. Why I got to learn these basic chords when I was reading stuff on Lydian and Freudian, all this other stuff and extensions, and I want to go play like Robert Glasper. Well, Robert Glasper can play the blues,
Right.
and you. So
Well, I heard a guy recently talk about contemporary Christian music. The guy said, "Why does contemporary Christian music suck?" Guy comes in there because did you see the clip?
no, that's
He
just
said
pretty cut and dry.
because you got to water down the music so the mom and pop and these volunteer bands can play at church.
This is so correct. That's why the click track is in there, bro.
Right. And
I'm
the guide track. It's not only a click track anymore. You got a guide track.
I know.
Verse.
Can we get to the nitty gritty? Can we
Yeah.
tell it like it is? Because that's why that stuff is the way it is.
That's the way it is. You don't want to pay musicians. You want to get these volunteer people to come through there and play. Trust me, the church that we play for, the pastor acknowledges what we do.
And more and more, actually.
But most pastors don't. They just look at this as, this is going to be whatever it's going to be,
Right.
Brad just said that the pastor eliminated the band at their church a year and a half ago. Now they only use CDs and YouTube videos.
Wow.
Now, what is a person who plays bass and drums and has a million guitars like Brad is supposed to do when he comes to church?
He got a lot of, and that's true. He got all that stuff.
A lot of stuff, Brad.
He got a lot of stuff.
He's got names for all his guitars and stuff, right?
I got a lot of stuff.
He got an 18-piece drum set, bro, kid. I was like, where'd you get that from? You know, I bet
I put it together over time.
No, he said we had a church band. We were playing a lot of music. The guy who had the kid, I think he said something about the guy didn't want it anymore. So I said, I'll take the kid. It's like, Brad, you play drums? Yes, I do. I compose music as well. I was like, but see, what is a person like that supposed to do? To come to church and hear a video, a YouTube video, a CD that's skipping and jumping? CDs?
That's like so out, man. That's crazy.
I know Brad is in there like, dude, I can please just let me put something together. I got you. You know, he's wasting away now. They got him. I don't know what, Brad. I gotta ask Brad. What are you doing now, bro?
We don't go, man. We can't tonight because we ain't got time.
No. But I'm just saying. Here's the thing.
He'll be coming off.
The last place that music is being played. Like you would have secular music and sacred music, right? The garage bands are been dead, right?
Well, no, they're all doing theater gigs.
Well, right. There's that too.
They're doing all the tribute. All these tributes. The garage bands are working. Real bands can't get a gig.
Bro, what's my boy who played percussion and also played flute and wrote his own books and poetry and stuff too?
Oh, Nikayo.
No.
Stefanel?
Yeah, Luis.
Yeah. Because Nikayo played flute too.
Yeah. Luis was like, I said, hey man, called him for something. He said he needed some work. Came over to the crib and
man,
if you know Luis, you know. But let's just say, for the sake of argument, he says, hey man, I thought this was going to pay a lot more money, whatever. And I said, well, hey man, I'm trying to throw you a bone. I said, I could have used the drum machine. And Stefanel says it's iconic line. He says, I'm trying to say it seriously. Hey man, the drum machine put me out of business a long time ago. He said the drum machine put me out of business a long time ago.
Which is true because he used to play percussion with the DJs.
Right.
Took him out, man. Took him out. Took him out.
I was like, okay, you're right.
Took him out.
Remember the Ritz at Lake Oconee? We used to play with Joe. We had a 5-piece.
Not only Joe, bunch of
Corinne, everything.
Yeah, Corinne, Gwen Hughes, bunch of people, man.
They put a pool table in there, a big screen TV.
Yeah.
Then it whittled down to 3, no drums. Okay. Then it was no bass. Then they stopped bringing a piano out. It was a duo now. And then they stopped bringing a piano out. Now I have to bring a keyboard out. And I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah. Well,
so, what's the last place to have music and reps, like you say? I'm using reps all the time with my lessons now.
Mm-hmm.
Even when I played at church this past Sunday, playing organ, there was like 2 guitar players, key piano player, percussion, all that. And the guy says, hey man, I'm glad. I said, well, I didn't play like I wanted to play. He said, well, that's odd. I thought you sounded good. I said, well, I need reps. I said, I need reps playing like this, finding out where I fit in with all these other instruments. I need reps playing the organ, you know? Right. So yeah, I said, man, anytime I get a chance to do this is great because I need time on it. And church, every Sunday, sometimes Wednesdays, you have an opportunity to play.
Right.
Where else are you going to get that?
Well, and also the amount of cats that grew up playing in the churches is staggering.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you know, I didn't have that opportunity. I had friends because we were like, I mean, all we had was a Church of God, bro. So, and then Church of Christ, which has no musicians, it's all singing. Right. So, but my friends that played over at Pilgrim with Ann Nesby.
Right.
They over there. I'm like, man, I want to go over there. You know,
look, even with me, I grew up in a very conservative church that you play classical music. So I would play special, call it special music. Me and my brothers would play special music all the time. What it did was not make me nervous when I had to do recitals up because I was already playing at church.
Already playing at church, man.
Right.
This
So,
drum man, a friend of mine, drummer Steve Cole, man. I don't know where this cat is.
Steve,
I'd love to know where he is. He was a bad. I mean, in the teenage years, he was bad, but he was playing in the church every Sunday at Pilgrim. Ended up getting some gigs with Ramsey Lewis up in Chicago, some different people. At 16, he was bad. I was like, man, how do you know how to? And it just because he's playing every Sunday, and these cats, he's getting an opportunity to play. It's like, I mean, this is like gospel chops before even gospel chops, right? Where you didn't even know these guys could play like that because there was no internet, right?
Right.
But they were playing, they had that stuff, man, all these patterns and stuff. Like, man, how you know how to, what is that? You know, like, oh man, I just saw this other, we just checking stuff out.
You know who's great at spotting these kids?
Who?
Dr. Gordon Verdict.
Oh yeah.
We go to one of these schools, bro, and it's obvious that the kids play at church. The kids start playing. Gordon says, "Hey, come here. Do you play for your church?" I said, "Yes, sir, I do." "Great. Let me get your mother's phone number. I'm gonna put you part of Ride, Joe. Don't worry about a thing. I'll teach you how to read the stuff.
We're gonna teach you how to write."
He's getting cats with the feel. I said, "Where'd you find him?" In a church.
So, man, we'll have we're gonna get some cats on and talk about this because we got a lot of friends who they live in that world and to see what they have to say about that. But I just thought that was an interesting.
I think
that now you're hearing because you're seeing things, you see things, but nobody wants to say anything. So now these cats are coming out like, man, what is going on? Like these internet cats, man. And look, man, you can't, not knocking anybody's hustle, but it's not real. It's not reality.
And then but you have another thing too, Chris. I don't know if you ever thought about this. The sound of the gospel church is now coming into like R&B where it's like hardcore, like it's gospel. Like,
why is it so loud, bro? Why is it so loud though, too?
Right, exactly.
Man, it's Sunday morning, man. You've heard my stories, man, of getting called to sub. I'm like, look, I can give you 10 guys way better at this than me. No, but man, I like your feel. I like what. No, man, I'm not the guy for this. 7 in the morning. I'm like, no.
Don't you worry. Don't you fret.
Like it's 7 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, Hezekiah Walker? Oh, bro.
Holy cow.
You better eat your Wheaties.
I'm like, y'all do this is what you
7 keychains, bro? Come on.
Man.
Gospel piano, bro?
I mean,
oh,
fire.
My goodness.
On fire. And
can I play
more
one
power
chord
to
first,
him, man. I'm like, nah, dude, not me. I can't.
It's something. So hey, we need to do an episode on it. It'd be great. Just get
we will. Yeah, we'll get some cats on, and we need to get Kenny Banks Sr. on anyway. He'd be I know he got some stuff. He's called me to play over to play at his church before. And wow. I'm like, it hasn't, I would do it, but I just hasn't worked out. But he's like telling me story after story, not recently, but I'm sure maybe they got the right guy now, but because he's, the director over there. So not the choir director, but the music director.
Right.
He said, I'll tell you something funny. He goes, right. But he says, one of the funniest things, man. Because we had like a Sunday thing, and he just came off of it, bro. He had the 1,000-yard stare, right?
Okay, right.
Like, what's going on, man? He's like, man, can you come over and teach these guys how to watch me for the endings? He's like, Chris, why is this so hard? Just watch me. He goes, I should be able to do anything. You know, Kenny,
Right.
and he just went off on this, man. I was just
Right.
sitting there kind of laughing. I was like,
Well,
he said, I don't understand. Why are they in such a hurry? Why they got to do,
right.
you know? So anyway, it was just a fun, but we try to get him on, get some other people on and talk about this. But we're going to go ahead and cut it off tonight, guys. I know we've had a light crowd. Everybody's watching whatever they're watching.
Debate.
Falgu is fading out. He's looking baked, dude. I mean, I'm not saying he's.
Let's slide a Guinness over and see how he reacts.
Things
he might
like
come
that.
back with the Guinness, you know.
But he is looking like what day? Because he's probably jet. I mean, you got jet lag. You've got, man, you know how it is.
That will be all over the place, man. Ain't jet lag. This dude's always somewhere, bro.
These cats old, bro. They old.
Man,
they try to be young.
Don't give them the old
they try to
thing,
be
bro.
young. They try to be young out every night, but they old, man.
And they're my heroes, man. Let them do what they do, man.
They out, bro. They old.
I just don't know that the Braves are so important, bro, that you missed the Tuesday night. But that's okay. I understand.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Well, listen, guys, we will be back. Listen, we're gonna get Neil Starkey back. Neil is like the most popular cat in the world, right? And rightly so. We're really happy, but I'm getting a lot of comments, a lot of emails, text that because Neil doesn't normally. Neil's a very private person, so it was great to get the feedback on having Neil Starkey on the show. We're gonna have him back for a part 2, but I'm gonna put out a I guess they do it on Facebook. We'll do a pre. If you have questions for Neil, because we didn't really get to a lot of stuff that he's done, and people were at, man, but what about when he played with this person and that person? I said, look, we'll do another one, and we'll get questions in advance, and then also, but if you have questions for when we have these people on, get in the chat and ask them. We can't. We're trying to get to what we can get to, but if you have specific, this is what this is supposed to be. It's supposed to be an interactive experience. So
I can't tell you how many people say, hey, I watched the thing, you know, whatever. Well, why didn't you comment? Why didn't you ask?
Right.
Yeah.
So, but we're gonna get we'll have another episode with Neil, and we'll put out an early thing that if you have questions, put them in early, and then we'll try to answer them. Or we'll ask him when we get him on. So hopefully that'll happen in another couple weeks. My good friend Brandon Temple, great drummer, is going to be on the show.
Nice.
Austin played with a ton of people, but we've shared the same drum seat on a few gigs. Austin's finest, Brandon Temple, is going to come on, and we got some other people that are going to come on and rap, because we want to introduce you to some people that maybe don't get the pub that they need, and he's definitely one of them, man. Great drummer, great cat, a lot of experience, a lot of wisdom. So we're going to have him on. I think he's coming on at the end of the month. I have to check the date, but I think it's the last Tuesday of the month. We'll reach out to Neil. We'll try to get him on in the next couple of weeks, hopefully, if he doesn't have a gig. Neil, can you come on? Oh, I'm playing with
let me check the calendar.
So-and-so. Because that cat at 80, how old is 83?
83, yeah.
Is still trying to work 7 nights a week, and we're just like, Neil, come on, man.
Speaking of gigs, you have one on Friday?
Yes, we were at First Church with Joe Granston, and that is the first Sun. What would they call it? The jazz.
First Friday.
First Friday.
Yeah,
and that's coming up this Sunday. I'll be at Tin Roof Cantina with Mike Veal and company. Ooh, Mike Veal got to pull up, bro. You got to come see me. Them Bulldogs, bro. Oh, he got to come see. Ooh, boy, we be going at it, bro. He avoided me the last couple of days. I let him cry his tears out, but he got to deal with me tomorrow, man.
It's
now,
gonna be on and popping.
You know, he got to deal with me tomorrow. So, but anyway, so and are you at Red Light?
I'm at Red Light on Wednesday, yes, sir.
Right. And then
I'm at Cafe Songhai, my first time playing there on Friday night with Groove Centric, Joel.
Oh yeah,
Brian.
Joel's band. Yeah.
Yeah, and Mike, Big Mike on sax.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
So all right, cool, man. Mr. Falgood, thank you for
welcome back.
Being present and
welcome back, Mr. Cartier.
Yeah. All of your what should I say? I was trying to say something.
Exploits.
Nice, but he just looks so out of it. Look, he's like, what day is it? What day is it? It's all good. I know how it is. So thanks everybody for being in the chat. Sigwell, John Lematina, Brad. I guess everybody else is out of or watching
the VP debate. I guess I think the VP debate is tonight or something.
Good luck, man. Good luck with that. Yeah. All right, guys. We will see you next week. Have a great week. Peace.